This weekend, the FIA Formula 3 European Championship is in the Eifel at the Nürburgring, and it's the second pole position this season for Robert Schwartzman. Mick Schumacher starts from P2 right alongside him. So to the start of the race then, and Robert Schwartzman does not defend going into turn number 1. A bad start for him, therefore he loses the lead to Mick Schumacher through a turn at number 1. The back of the field, Gian Ravala collides with Alex Palou. Thereupon, Alex Palou crashes into Juri Vips, who spins, and therefore no points for the young Estonian racer. Robert Schwartzman is trying to keep with Mick Schumacher as they make the way down to the back of the circuit, but the one that's looking really lively here is Dan Ticktum, the overall Drivers' Championship leader. He manages to get past Ralph Aron and picks up the P3 place, and Inem Ahmed is the next that is lining up the Prema Theodore racer, and here he goes. So in the space of but a few metres of tarmac, Ralph Aron losing out and now finds himself in P5 as Inem Ahmed does go through in the number 65 high-tech Bullfrog GP car. So as the checkered flag falls, Mick Schumacher will score his 4th race win of the FIA Formula 3 European Championship season, followed by Robert Schwartzman P2 and Daniel Ticktum P3. Mick Schumacher is the pole sitter for race number 2, and he gets a very good start and stays in front, followed by Robert Schwartzman, who's running in P2, and Daniel Ticktum in P3, exactly as they started. This is the fight that is going on for P7, and lively it is too, with Jonathan Aberdeen, Sasha Fenestras and Sebastian Fernandez all fighting over that P7 place, and you can see it gets very lively at times, with Fernandez being squeezed out onto the grass. Now in slow-mo here, Marino Sato crashes into Ben Hingley. This is the fight for P8. Ben Hingley gets airborne, Marino Sato goes around. At the finish, Mick Schumacher will score his 5th race win, followed by Robert Schwartzman P2, Daniel Ticktum P3. Familiar feel to it, really. Mick Schumacher will cheer in Parc Ferme, and as you can see, points out his 5th win. A fantastic result for Mick Schumacher, 2 out of 2 at the Nürburgring. Will he be able to make it 3 out of 3? The FIA president, Mr. Jean Todt, joins in the big celebrations before the 3rd race. The FIA Formula 3 European Championship celebrates the upcoming race as its 200th race in history. At the start of race 3, the pole sitter is Mick Schumacher once again defending his lead, followed by Robert Schwartzman, who is at P2, and at the moment Dan Ticktum is P3, but he's under pressure from the hard-charging Alex Palou, who goes through turn number 1 now and puts himself right alongside Dan Ticktum, so Ticktum having to defend that P3 position from Alex Palou, who's looking really racy here. Palou stays with him, as you can see, and it's in this turn where Ticktum makes just a slight error, runs wide. That opens up the door for Alex Palou, and Alex Palou goes through and picks up that P3 place. In slow-mo, this is Mick Schumacher on his way to win 3 out of 3 races at the Nürburgring. What a fantastic weekend and a rich vein of form Mick Schumacher has in the Formula 3 European Championship. The fight for P14 between Fabio Scherer and Keivan Suri Andres gets quite lively, and the Van Amersfoort racer ends up running through the grass. At the end of the race, Mick Schumacher will win the 3rd race, a perfect race weekend for the German. And of course, finishing in P2, it will be Robert Schwartzman, and P3 will go the way of Alex Palou. That's a fantastic shot as the checkered flag falls on the number 4 car for the 3rd time this weekend. Confirmation of the result then, Schumacher, Schwartzman, Palou, with Ticktum just off the podium. Mr. Jean Todt, the FIA president, then makes the trophy presentation to Mick Schumacher, who celebrates 3 out of 3 at the Nürburgring. And in the Drivers' Championship, he really closes on Dan Ticktum. There's just 3 points between P1 and P2. And rather generously, he shares the spoils of victory with the team principal, René Rossin.